It's your favorite segment. It is Swap Speculations. Yes, Swap Speculations is back finally. Really haven't had any trades happen, so Swap Speculation has been kind of off the radar, but it's here. We're back. We're going to have more Swap Speculation, trust me, because there's going to be a lot of trades happening. Remember, Swap Speculation is anything with the word trade. Anything with the word trade. Y'all know what that is. Comment below, subscribe to the playlist, actually, the secondary podcast, the segment to the TAG Live 205 talk show. And the trade I have for you guys today is a trade that it's not going to make any noise, but it is going to have implications coming up real soon. Of course, I'm talking about the MLB. I'm talking about the Brewers acquiring Andrew Vaughn. But he's not the big piece in this deal. Aaron Civale is going to the White Sox. More like exile to Chicago, right? Now I want to talk about this deal from both sides. I do believe that the Brew Crew won. Based off the fact, well, they won the trade, but the White Sox kind of got candy with this too. They won the trade. They win their fair share, but the Brewers won this trade because you have Andrew Vaughn now, who needed fresh air. He needed a resurgence of sorts. He needed that, you know what, I need to get out of here. It's bad energy. We're probably not going to be here for long anyway, but he was the White Sox. Like, he's been the White Sox this year, for sure. He's been their best player. Or at least one of them. But he's been their best player, pretty much, all around, right? Third overall pick in the 2019 MLB draft. Of course, that was the draft with Adley Rutschman, Bobby Witt, right? We understand that, I have it in my notes here, he averaged a 240 batting average last season. And his OPS was high. So let's give Vaughn his props. Vaughn, he does this for a living. Andrew Vaughn, I know we don't talk about him like he's a star player, he's a star first baseman. Yes, he's a DH sometimes, but the brother can also play outfield. So his impact in Milwaukee is going to add a bat either off the bench or he's going to play first base. I mean, I don't really know how possible that is, considering who's at first base. And the opportunity for Vaughn to kind of resurrect his career, this is a great opportunity. Yes, the Milwaukee Brewers are kind of in the process of maybe being big-time sellers and maybe rebuilding, but he fits this age group a little bit more of Jackson Chourio. The Jackson Chourio era is probably here now. I'm not saying that it's not Yelich's team because it's still Yelich's team, but at the same time, we know the next star is coming, right? And the same impact he had in Chicago, I don't think he's going to have that same impact in Milwaukee. What I mean by that is he's going to have a better impact in Milwaukee than I think Chicago. Not only that losing environment, but the players around him are going to make him better. The people that he's going to see is going to make him better. You talk about a underrated first baseman in baseball, in my opinion. Struggling, we get it. We got it, right? I want to talk about this from Milwaukee's side. You lost Aaron Civale. Why? The reason why you lost Aaron Civale is because you basically booted him out the team by booting him out the rotation. For what reason, Milwaukee? You're struggling. You need pitchers. We understand you are Rays North. We get it. You and the Rays are pitching factories. I even put the Guardians in there, right? Pitching factories. Rays, Guardians, and Brewers. But they are the Rays North. And the Rays are Brewers South. We understand that. But you can't just bench a guy, right, because he said, oh, I want to request a trade. Or the reason why you request a trade is because y'all bad. You stink. Right now, you stink. I know your record's probably okay, but at the same time, you stink. Right now, you stink. And he didn't ask for this. Definitely didn't ask to go to Chicago White Sox at all teams. He definitely didn't ask to go to where Luis Robert is not going to be in the next month and a half. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you got Coach Montgomery coming up. You got Hagen Smith. still down there in the minors for what reason I don't know. Yes, you have Noah Schultz who you just promoted to AAA. I get all that. But at the same time, brother and sisters, Civale don't want to be in Chicago. It's probably a great veteran option. Hey, he might like it. You know, he can be a great option, a great veteran to Hagen Smith whenever he comes up. He can be a great vet to Noah Schultz when he comes up. He can be a great vet to some of these young pitchers that they have on their roster already, right? But don't let the Civale mess fool you guys in the slightest. I know he wanted to get out of Milwaukee. He probably didn't want to go to Chicago, just like I just said. He's gonna be a chip, a trade chip at the trade deadline. He's gonna be a player definitely mentioned in rumors, definitely being on the block. Teams are gonna call about him because they understand that Civale can't be fixed. And when he's on his game, he's on his game. The brother can absolutely pitch the lights out the ball. I understand the situation, but don't let Aaron Civale fool you. This man is good. He has been one of the most underrated pitchers in our game for the last couple of years now. He started off with the Guardians, and that core of Cleveland Guardians where you had Shane Bieber, right? You had the Gavin Williams who was in their farm system coming up while these guys were up here. Emmanuel Clase, James Carrinick, Tristan McKenzie. You had all of these guys in here, right? That's why I call them also a pitching factory along with the Rays and the Brewers. But speaking of the Rays, they just traded for Forrest Whitley. That's totally off script, but Forrest Whitley is going to get fixed. Watch what I tell you. They're going to fix him just like they fixed Taj Bradley. They're going to fix him. Just like they semi-fixed Luis Patino, they're going to fix him too. I'm not worried about Forrest Whitley, but they're going to flip Civale at the deadline. I'm positive of that. I'm positive of that. I don't think there is a team out there that's not going to want Civale's services. I mean, you know, you got my Braves, obviously. We could use any sort of pitching right now. I mean, but I'm not giving up no top 10 prospect for him, let alone top 20, right? It's got to be somebody way down. It's not even on our list. I'll give up two of them. Fine, you know? And another team that you can look at for Aaron Civale is the Yankees. They could always use pitching. Even the Dodgers could fix Civale, right? Don't let a team like the Cubs. They have Justin Steele. He could use some help. I mean, you have so many options out here if you're Civale. Yes, thug it out in Chicago right now, but who knows? You may be a veteran there. You may be loved in the city. You may get traded, right? And that's probably more likely than you staying there because of their rebuild and their youth movement. But Aaron Civale, don't worry about anything, bro. You are going to be just fine. Andrew Vaughn, resurgence is coming. I will guarantee you guys that. And they're going to need him, especially down the stretch after the All-Star game, after the All-Star break, and the trading deadline, because they're going to try to make a push. The Brewers always try to make a push towards the end for the playoffs, and they always tend to at least have a fighting chance. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs this year, but at the same time, watch out for them at the trade deadline. They could make some major moves. I'm not saying Yelich is going to be gone. I'm not saying that Freddie Peralta is going to be gone either, who failed to sign an extension or is still working with the front office to sign an extension. I'm not saying he's going to be gone either. But watch out for these names because it could lead to something. It could lead to something. They traded Devin Williams to the Yankees, so that was kind of the start, right? Look out for this team because they're going to try to make some noise at the deadline and try to get somebody big, or they're going to sell off some pieces. Just like the Atlanta Braves are going to sell off some pieces. We know that. We know the Marlins are going to be the biggest seller. The Rockies, they need to sell, but they're not going to do anything because they're incompetent. The Yankees are going to get a low-key bat and a low-key pitcher because they always do, right? So just watch out for MLB right now. And as we get closer to the All-Star game, you're going to start seeing more teams, more rumors. So just keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out for that.